Hello, my phenomenal viewers. On today's episode, we are going to be answering this question, which is under cycle theorem. And this question is a GCE question from June 2021, and it corresponds to question 11. So the question has asked us to determine the values of the angles X, Y, and M. So during one of our episodes, we looked at some cycle theorems. So today, I think we will be able to answer this question based on that video that we had earlier. So let us begin by determining the value of angle X. So angle X should be equal to, now the question says that O here is the center of this circle. So if O is the center of this circle, then it shows that from the center to any point on the circumference is the radius. So from here to here is the radius. So this length is the radius of the circle. From here to here is also the radius. Then when you look at this shape, when you look at this shape like this, you see that this shape represents a triangle, and two sides of the triangle are the same. So it shows that this triangle is an isosceles triangle, since it has two of its sides to be equal. And if these two sides are equal, then these two angles must be equal as well. If these two sides are equal, then these two angles must be equal. So automatically, this other angle becomes 24 degrees, since this is an isosceles triangle. So it shows that this angle is 24 degrees, this angle is 24 degrees. And since this shape is a triangle, we know that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle must be equal to 180 degrees. So it shows that 24 plus x plus 24 should be equal to what? 180 degrees. So this simply means that angle x would be 180 degrees minus 2 into 24 degrees, and this gives us 180 degrees minus 48 degrees, and this would be 132 degrees. So angle x is 132 degrees. So that is how we obtain angle x from this figure. Now let us move to angle y. Now looking at angle y, if you look at this part or this length, you will notice that this length represents a chord of the cycle. This is a chord of the cycle, and you see that this chord forms an angle at the center. This angle x is formed by this chord, and you see that the same chord has formed another angle y at the circumference. And we saw that whenever a chord forms an angle at the center and that same chord forms an angle at the circumference, then there is a relationship between the two angles, which is the angle at the center is 2 times the angle at the circumference, meaning that the angle at the circumference is half the angle at the center. So this shows that angle y should be equal to angle x divided by 2. So this would be 132 divided by 2. We also have angle y. So angle y would be, I think this should be 66 degrees. Is it 66? Let me see. Angle y would be 13 divided by 2. It gives 6 remainder 1 is 66 degrees. So angle y is 66 degrees. Now let us move to angle m. Angle m, looking at angle m, we can see that this line is a tangent to this circle because it touches the circle at this point S. It touches the circle at this point S, and this is a diameter of this circle. So one of the circle theorem is that whenever a diameter of a circle meets with a tangent, the angle between the two lines is always 90 degrees. So this angle here like this is 90 degrees. So the angle is 90 degrees. Now looking at this shape like this is also a triangle. This complete part like this is a triangle. Using the same notion that we saw above, the sum of the interior angles of any triangle must be equal to 180 degrees. So this means that angle M should be equal to 180 degrees minus, in bracket, 24 plus 90. So this shows that our angle M should be 180 degrees minus, this should be 114 degrees. When we do the subtraction, we end up having our angle M to be 66 degrees as well. So these are the values of the different angles. If you like the video, please help me and share so that others can benefit as well. And stay tuned for more exciting episodes. Thanks for watching and stay blessed.